So, if you guys saw my earlier updates, you'd see everything played out. I mean, exactly as I predicted, right? So, last night, all the way at the top, I said we're going to correct, but we might get a little bit of a sideways correction. If we do, it's a very bullish sign. So, my last video update, I said this is really, really bullish. We're getting a sideways correction with a very small dip on the majors. Very, 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 very bullish sign. And sure enough, we're breaking out strongly, exactly as I anticipated. Now, if you recall last night during the live stream, I talked about potentially that 1618 extension at about 62.4, 62.5 as a target for BTC. We might actually blow past that. But look at the Stokes. Stokes really high and overbought, so we're probably going to retrace a bit. But it looks like so far, I mean, we're at the point we were already overbought and we continued running up. So that's another bullish sign. So all those things together are all extraordinarily bullish suggestions. What I like most about what I'm seeing now is regardless of the majors, the alts are absolutely primed to explode. A lot of the daily models, the Stoke is turning up bullish. So you're getting a big shift in momentum on the daily models. You really can't beat that. That is incredibly bullish, pretty much across the board. Some of them have been running for a while, but some are new, like HOT, for instance. HOT is one of my favorite longer-term trades now. The daily Stoke is just at that point after a perfect retrace on the Stoke cycle. And you see confluence on multiple time frames, right? So the 4 hours, very similar. Plus you have the top of the cloud here that's acting as an upward trend line support. One of my Ichima dynamic supports. You have the same thing on several different assets, RSR as well. RSR has a lot of support from the 222 EMA down here on the 4 hour, along with the bullish reversal on the Stoke. And check out the daily. Same thing. The daily's really low, nice reset, ready to start a new momentum build up that momentum and get to a point where we can push up to, if not an all-time high, at least retest the last trend line. Look at where we have a trend line that will potentially form on RSR. We might actually see this trend line get tested roughly at about 9 cents. So that'll be a really big, that's like what, a 30% run. That's going to be a pretty substantial, well, probably a 20% run to get up to that 9 cent mark. That could be a really nice run as well. So the alts are looking really bullish, and they have for several days. There's still a lot of potential, a lot of movement. Short term, we're probably going to correct. OGN, I don't think I like it as much long term anymore because the daily is so high on the Stoke. But short term, it looks like a really good time to get in because we got a nice full reset on the Stoke here. But I'm also trying to catch a knife on the bottom, so it's a really tough time to get in. I don't think that's a particularly good trade if you're looking for low risk trades. But overall, looking at the entire picture, most of the alts out there are looking really bullish. If you scroll down, you'll see a lot of them are moving aggressively right now. Lina, L-I-N-A, is something that I think is explosive right now. It has explosive potential long term, so I added to my position on PancakeSwap. Those of you who aren't on PancakeSwap, you should probably get on. I'm going to do a video about it so I can help guys figure it out who don't know how to do that yet. And we'll look at the rest of the alts tomorrow too. So I'm going to crash now. I got into several new trades tonight. I don't want to open up any other new trades. I got more than enough money in play right now. My biggest position is obviously my Ethereum position. Plus I applied leverage to it as well. I predicted the correction and the breakout so flawlessly. So I do have faith in my model. And right now it's telling me that the 4 hours is going to take us into a bull run through most of the day tomorrow. If you do look at the hourly, since on BTC and on Bitcoin and on Ethereum both, we have an overbought Stoke and the RSI is really high as well. So we're probably going to come down and retrace. Sure enough, we are. I don't think we're going to come all the way back down and lose all the movement that we got on this run up, but we'll probably come back down and get relatively close to the entry on this shorter term trade I got into. I'm not going to do anything with that trade. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not moving my stop loss up or anything. I'll let it play out because after a short term dip on the hourly, we're going to start another leg up, and that next leg up is going to be even bigger because that one's going to take advantage of the confluence between the hourly and the 4 hour, and that 4 hour bullish reversal is really what gives me a lot of confidence on this being a larger bullish move. Of course, there could be some negative news in the morning that stifles this movement, but since it's a Saturday, I don't think that's going to happen. We don't have any other market news coming out. I think we're going to have a nice start to the weekend where we start really bullish, and then maybe we get a Bloody Sunday scenario where after the initial run up, we get some profit taking and we get a big correction down. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think overall we're starting a solid trend up, and we're going to see new all-time highs on most of the alts as we're seeing on the majors right now. That's all I got for you. If you're in Flux Trading Group, then obviously just go to Discord because I posted all of my trades there, my short-term and long-term moves. At this point, probably don't want to get into short-term trades, but the longer-term trades I got into are looking really bullish with that daily stoke. That daily model is really what I'm getting excited for long-term potential, because I can easily see a week-long bull run on a lot of those alts. We're going to see really green alts, and after BTC's next push, if she cools off, we might see what I had been thinking about for a while, which is maybe a shift in BTC dominance, where BTC comes down or at least stays sideways while the alts continue to run up. We've already gotten that for the past week. I think we still have another 2 or 3 weeks where we could see even more of that, but we're going to have cycles where we have the majors doing really well one day. The majors are going to be, even or a little bit bearish one day, but I expect the alts to really run much, much harder than the majors. So that's where you want your money to be if you're looking for bigger gains. Even though there's more risk there, there's going to be dramatically more profit potential if you're getting into the altcoins. All right, touch base tomorrow. I'll talk about it more. And if you need me, if you're in the group, just hit me up in the group and I'll be available.